Students, faculty, family, and friends, good afternoon, and welcome to the graduation ceremony for the Herbert Henry Dow High School class of 2018. My name is Brittany Beauvoir, and I have the great honor and privilege of serving as Student Council President. Joining us here on stage today is Midland Public Schools Superintendent Michael Sharrow. From the school board, President Pam Singer, Vice President Angela Brandstadt, Secretary Scott McFarland, Treasurer Patrick Frazee, Dow High Principal Dr. Steve Poole, our Saginaw Valley League Teacher of the Year and guest speaker, Ms. Coreen Thompson, our student speakers, Regan O'Brien and Lillian Baker, and lastly, our commencement committee for the class of 2018. At this time, we ask that you please turn off or silence your electronic devices, and we ask you to please rise, remove your caps, and turn your attention to the United States flag as we honor our country with the singing of the national anthem by the Dow High School Chamber Singers and the Dow High School Orchestra.
Our first student speaker today, I've had the privilege of attending school with all the way back at Seabird Elementary. You won't always meet someone in life as driven as her. Whether it's the 8 extracurriculars that she did at Dow High, ranging from NHS to band and to POM, this person gave it 110% at everything she did. She was voted the most spirited in the class of 2018 by her peers, something I'm very jealous of. So without further ado, it is with great honor for me to introduce my prestigious classmate, Lily Baker.
Consider this man, a scrawny man who was rejected from the United States Army because he was too young. Hint, it's not Captain America. He forged his date of birth and then joined the Red Cross as an ambulance driver. He was described as being almost painfully shy. Now, consider this man. He was the most well-known innovator of his time. His animation changed cinema forever. He inspired multiple generations of artists, performers, and dreamers. Finally, consider this. These are profiles of the same man. Walt Disney allowed his past to shape his future. We keep moving forward, opening new doors, and doing new things, because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. He allowed his past experiences to guide his life in the future. Not everything about the past has been great, and bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. I'm sorry, I can't keep going like this. Much better. Over the past 4 years, Dow High has helped shape who you are, but it's not all you will be in the future. We've made a lot of memories together. We went through homecoming dances, Midland Dow rivalry, games, spirit weeks, exams, competitions, assemblies, and countless others high school experiences. We will always be part of the Charger family. Every day is a great day to be a Charger, maybe even the best day ever. Our time at Dow High is over. With every passing hour, we'll be so glad we left our tower. A time at Dow High has helped make us who we are, but it's time to move on. Just think of all the joy we'll find when we leave this world behind. You can fly. Although Walt Disney passed away in 1966, his work continues to influence the lives of people all over the world. The Walt Disney Company continues to reinvent what entertainment can be. They believe it's kind of fun to do the impossible. In our own ways, we will spread our Charger spirit to whatever corner of the world we end up in. We all have the potential to do the impossible. Some of you may be thinking, well, I don't like Disney, or I'm too old for Disney, or what does this have to do with graduation? Well, I'm here to tell you that I learned a lot of important life lessons from Disney. Disney movies and quotes have inspired me for, well, as long as I can remember, and then some, I'm sure. And some of what I've learned has come from Walt Disney himself. It was this man who said, first think, second dream, third believe, and finally dare. First, think. Come up with ideas. Get creative. Be curious and solve problems. Sometimes the right path isn't the easiest one, so think. Think about what you want to do with your future. Think about the legacy you want to leave. Dow High has prepared us for the problems we'll face in the real world. I know, school has been all about thinking. Sometimes you just need to sit down, relax, and just stop. But it doesn't stop there. Wherever we end up, our careers, our families, our lives will require us to think. We are going into the world as the next generation of thinkers, innovators. With a little hard work, you can do anything. The most rewarding way to get what you want in this world is through hard work. Second, dream. Who says your dreams have to stay just your dreams? Imagine how you want the world to be. Have faith in your dreams, and someday your rainbow will come shining through. Dream big. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do something or you're being unrealistic. You must not let anyone define your limits because of where you come from. Your only limit is your soul. Imagination is what drives new ideas. I don't agree with the saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Dream about how you can make something better, how you can make it more efficient. Just because something works doesn't mean you need to stop there. Keep dreaming. All our dreams can come true, but we have to have the courage to pursue them. Third, believe. You've come up with the ideas, you thought about what you can do to make them happen. In order to make them happen, you must believe. Believe in them, believe in the others around you, believe in yourself. Life is a bumpy road, but you have to just keep swimming. Believe that bad times will pass. No matter how your heart is grieving, if you keep on believing, the dream that you wish will come true. Believe in love and kindness. Love is putting someone else's needs before yours. You will not love everyone you meet, but you must at least show them kindness. For where there is kindness, there is goodness, and when there is goodness, there is magic. And finally, dare. Dare to do the impossible. Believe in what you want and follow it through. The plan is made, now you've got to go out and do it. If watching is all you're gonna do, you're gonna watch your life go on without you. Dare to aim high. Reach for the sky. Even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. Prove to the world that you can be whoever you want to be. We can't know for certain what will happen next. Our fate lives within us. We only have to be brave enough to see it. Dare to learn new things and be different. To be safe, we lose our chance of never knowing what could have been. It's okay if people think you're mad, bonkers, off your head, because I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are. The class of 2018, we spent an amazing last 4 years together. We become a sort of family. Ohana means family, and family means no one gets left behind or forgotten. Now we will split up, go our separate ways, and go on to the next chapter of our lives. You don't need to be too sad about it, though. I always look on the optimistic side of life, but I am realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter. Think of it like this. Today's special moments are tomorrow's memories. Dow High has prepared us for our lives beyond high school. We can go the distance. We will find our way. I know every mile will be worth my while. Throughout this speech, you have heard 21 quotes from 19 different Disney movies, along with 6 quotes from Walt Disney himself. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what we can learn from Disney. Remember to first think, second dream, third believe, and finally dare. Congratulations, Dow High class of 2018. I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it all started as freshmen. Thank you.
Our next student speaker today is Regan O'Brien. Not only is Regan an outstanding student, she is the editor-in-chief of the Charger Yearbook and has been a part of the yearbook staff for 3 years. She is also greatly involved with the National Honor Society, Big Brothers Big Sisters, and the Midland County Youth Leadership Steering Team. Please help me in welcoming Regan O'Brien to the podium.
It was the day before Thanksgiving break. I was in my IB World Lit class listening to Miss Moe read us The Death of a Hired Man by Robert Frost. While she was reading us the poem, I couldn't quite grasp why she was reading it to us. Because knowing Miss Moe, there is a reason behind everything that she does. She told us that when she was in college, one of her professors asked her class what their definition of home was, and this poem was hers. When she finished reading, she left us with this. This time, next year, your idea of home will be different than it is at this moment. Think about that. Appreciate what you have now. Be safe, make positive memories, and have a fantastic break. I walked out of that room in awe and honestly a little emotional. It hadn't really hit me yet that in a few short months, we might have a new home to add to our list. Our home will always be with our family, but there comes a time where we need to start making a home of our own. When I moved here at the beginning of freshman year, I was leaving my first home behind. In my mind, nothing would ever compare to it. I would never find anything like it again. And for a while, I allowed myself to have that mindset. But as the weeks went on, longing to be transported back, I was hit with the reality that that wasn't going to happen. I'd be spending the next 4 years here in Midland and at Dow High, and I was going to make the best of it. So that's what I did. That's when I learned my biggest lesson. You get out what you put in. And let me tell you, it proved to be right. When I moved to Midland, I was convinced I wouldn't be as successful in high school here as I would have been in New Jersey. That couldn't have been any further from the truth. It's not about the geographical location you are in that makes you successful. It's your drive and sense of determination that does. As soon as I started getting involved with the school, the community, making friends that supported me, I began to see a little light at the end of the tunnel. I was creating a new second home for myself. I realized that in life you can always have more than one home. And it doesn't have to be a place or a town. It could be with another person, with your friends, your family. A home is a place where you can be authentically 100% yourself. All of your walls and insecurities come down and you're you. I am lucky enough to have found 5 so far. My family, my friends, New Jersey, Midland, and after 4 years and having some of my greatest realizations walking down the U-Haul, Dow High. As we move forward into our future, whether it be going on to college or taking a year to find ourselves, we start to realize that we can have more than one home. We have a home in our family and our friends, and maybe even in Dow High, but that's the kind of push we need. We need to be able to go out in the real world with that spark inside of us to find what our meaning in life is. Over the past 4 years, we have all toyed with the idea of our future, what we want for it, what our parents and teachers want for it, but it ultimately comes down to what our heart is telling us to do. This journey we are about to embark on is such a small part in the spectrum of our lives. We have a world of opportunities ahead of us after we walk across this stage today. We have the ability to follow our hearts, find our passions, and do what we were made for. The time has come for us to charge on, create our own lives, and make a mark on this world. Some of us who have gotten to the point or have been at the point where we just want to get out and move on. But for those of us who feel that way, including myself from time to time, don't take what you have now for granted. It might not click with you what kind of home you have now, but one day it will, and it will stick with you forever. But with all of that said, we will always remember our home and where our hearts lie. No matter what happens in our life, we will always have our family and our friends to fall back on. So in these next couple of weeks, before we begin our next journey, take time to think about what your own definition of home is, and to thank the people who made that place your home. Because while you might make your own amazing home one day, nothing will ever compare to the one you have today. Thank you.
Our next speaker is someone who is personal with her students, a friendly face in the hall, and someone you can go to for advice, both academically and personally. Every student she has made an impact on. She takes the time and effort to get to know her students, all the while going the extra mile while teaching English or writing workshop. Her enthusiasm, determination to help her students, and drive to influence her students has not gone unnoticed. She is this year's Saginaw Valley League Teacher of the Year. So it is my pleasure to welcome to the podium Ms. Coreen Thompson.
Go get him, Ms. Thompson.
Good afternoon, class of 2018. Thank you for letting me be your graduation speaker. Last year, the commencement speaker was Mr. Gledhill, an art teacher, and he used the color palette to talk about life. But I teach English, so today you're going to get your last book talk. When you leave Dow High, you might never be forced to read a book again, and that might make you happy. But here's the thing. Read anyway. Read for pleasure. Read because it makes you an interesting person. Read because a book is a living thing. Carl Sagan, the astrophysicist, said this about literature. A book is made from a tree, from flat, flexible parts that we still call leaves. One glance, and you hear the voice of another person, perhaps dead for thousands of years. Across the millennia, the author is speaking directly to you. Writing is the greatest of human inventions, binding together people of distant eras. Books break the shackles of time. They are proof that humans can work magic. Today, I want to share some of the magic that you might have missed. I started teaching way back in the 1900s, and every year a student will ask me, especially with a work of fiction, why do I have to read this book? Good question. Here's why. Characters in books show us how to work out problems before they happen to us. They give us a chance to visit places we may not be able to go. They provide a bridge to the past so we can understand how we got here. They force us to practice empathy beyond our own experiences. In this way, literature may be seen as a dress rehearsal for life. Your English teachers picked the books we gave you very carefully so that through them you might learn to navigate the journey of life without having to experience everything yourself. Let's stop now for a moment of truth, graduates. Raise your hand, please, if you didn't actually read all the books we gave you in English. Parents, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Thank you. That's what we thought. Okay, let me tell you what you might have missed. In 10th grade, you were supposed to read a book called The Great Gatsby. On page 2, Nick shares this advice. Whenever you feel like criticizing anyone, just remember that all the people in this world haven't had the advantages that you've had. Many of you seated here today have the advantage of being born into bodies that work perfectly. But all of you have friends who have battled cancer or who live with some kind of disability. Many of you have the advantage of supportive parents, but you all have friends who don't. Many of you have financial security that will allow you to attend college with minimal debt. But some of you will need a job right away to be able to afford a cell phone or contact lenses, and I know that a lot of you have worked really hard during high school to be able to afford those things right now. Many of you have brains made for school, but some of you have had to work extra hard to be sitting here with a tassel on your cap. Maybe Atticus Finch said it best in that book you almost read called To Kill a Mockingbird, when he tells Scout that you shouldn't judge others until you climb into their skin and walk around in it. That's a little creepy out of context. I think Mark Twain taught it better when he put Huckleberry Finn and Jim together on the raft. Now here were two people that didn't match, but by living together, by helping each other, they became friends, willing to die for one another. When you get to know other people, old, young, gay, straight, Muslim, Mexican, African American, libertarian, you too will learn that we all have in common certain things as people. We all want safety, peace, affordable health care, meaningful work, and a future for our children. In 11th grade, we tried to make you read Lord of the Flies. Now, what could you possibly learn from a book about an island paradise that gets destroyed when two groups with differing ideas burn the place down through tribalism and an inability to compromise? Maybe we should require Congress to read that book. You know who teaches us a good lesson about politics? Macbeth. That guy had it all, but he wanted to be king. In the future, if the only way for you to rise to the top is through the destruction and harm of other people, think about how rewarding it was for Macbeth. But I think the best lesson of all comes from the oldest text there is, the Odyssey. When you were in 9th grade, you followed Odysseus on his way home from Troy. It was 1250 BCE then, but I guarantee that on your own journey, you will also face monsters and obstacles. If you want to be the hero of your story, you must take a lesson from Odysseus. He teaches us that no matter how smart and how strong you are, you can't go it alone. Odysseus could have never defeated the Cyclops nor resisted the Sirens without the help of his crewmen. He could never have found his path without the help of Tiresias. He could never have defeated the suitors without the help of his family. In your future, you too will need to rely on your friends, on the wise advice of the elderly. You will need your family, and like Odysseus, sometimes you'll just have to rely on God. Today is your last day of high school, but we call it a commencement because it's the beginning of your adult journey. Please travel with a book. And because it's my last chance to share a poem with you, That's how I'd like to finish. It's a poem called To a Daughter Leaving Home by Linda Paston, and it's really for your parents. To a daughter leaving home. When I taught you at 8 to ride a bicycle, loping along beside you as you wobbled away on 2 round wheels, my own mouth rounding in surprise when you pulled ahead down the curved path of the park. I kept waiting for the thud of your crash as I sprinted to catch up, while you grew smaller, more breakable with distance, pumping for your life, screaming with laughter, the hair flapping behind you like a handkerchief, waving goodbye. Goodbye, class of 2018. Savor your journey.
Good job, Mrs. Thompson.
At this time, the senior chamber singers may go join the rest of the choir. Please help me in welcoming your Dow High Chamber Choir singing Remember Me by Lopez, arranged by Roger Emerson. Our next speaker is someone who takes countless hours out of their busy life to support all of us. From football games to band concerts, you can be sure to see him repping green and gold. You will find this person on your Twitter feed giving shout-outs or game updates. Not a day has passed in which the simple good morning has gone unnoticed. He has made our last 2 years at Dow the best they could be. For myself and the rest of the class of 2018, thank you. Please help me in welcoming our amazing principal, Dr. Steve Poole.
Go get him. Go get him. Thank you, Maddie. I appreciate your introduction, and it has been great to work with you and the rest of the Commencement Committee this year. I also want to say thank you to our board and Mr. Sherrill for allowing us to try Commencement at Dow Diamond. Last week at the Senior Awards program, I remember saying it was going to be 70-ish with a 10% chance of rain. And I think we did a little bit better than that. Thankfully, we have a little wind, but the weather was great, and I do appreciate all the Dow Diamond staff. This has been a fantastic stage and everything that they've done for us. So let's give them a round of applause. Woo. On behalf of the staff at Dow High School, it is my pleasure to be addressing the class of 2018, the 48th class to graduate. It has been a fun class to get to know. Since I was able to have them in 8th grade at Jefferson, watching them graduate is twice I have sent them on to the next phase of their life. These students are prepared for that phase and spent this last year accomplishing much. To begin the school year, National Merit Scholars were announced. We have the pleasure of having 11 National Merit finalists and 5 National Merit commended students. That is amazing. The U.S. News and World Report again made us a Silver Award-winning high school last week. According to their rankings, we are in the top 6%, which is up 1% from last year, of all high schools in the United States. We have 34 summa cum laude graduates. That's double the number from last year. 42 magna cum laude and 63 cum laude graduating seniors. We have 17 IB diploma candidates, and on top of that, we have 104 National Honor Society members turning their tassels today. The class of 2018 has earned $9,801,640 in scholarship money for college. It is obvious that colleges like Herbert Henry Dow High School graduates. Our bands, orchestras, and choirs all earned Division I ratings at competitions this year. It is clear during marching season, where we fielded our largest band in school history with 261 musicians. It is clear at concerts and in the community that our music program is phenomenal. Choir earned a perfect score, 90 out of 90, at their festival this year. Over 40 orchestra students participated in state solo and ensemble. Our symphonic band performed at the 13th Annual Michigan Music Conference on January 26th in the DeVos Auditorium in Grand Rapids. An invitation to perform at this conference is the highest honor awarded by the Michigan School Band and Orchestra Association. This was the 3rd time Dow High School has been asked to perform in 6 years. Ren Fair was also done by the music department this year with much success. Drama provided us with 2 great productions, Alice and the Wizard of Oz. From acting to backstage to the pit orchestra, they were amazing as well. We had a senior who won the Detroit News Catch Outstanding Graduate Award. This is given to only 24 students in the state of Michigan. Our Key Club placed first and second in 2 different conference events and volunteered over 2,500 hours this year. Art students had over $250,000 of scholarship money offered to students going into art-related fields in college. We had art displayed at Saginaw Valley, Midland Center for the Arts, Alden B. Dow Home, and congressional offices. We also had a student win a first-place poetry prize at Saginaw Valley State University. Our school paper and yearbook won 74 individual awards at competition this year. The update and the yearbook received a Spartan Award. Debate was yet again state champion. Robotics had another fantastic year. They qualified for states for the 9th time. Only 4% of schools in Michigan can say they have ever done that. They also earned the top 2 district-level awards for team impact and success. DECA had an amazing year as well. Dow had 71 state qualifiers. We sent 11 students to the international conference and left with 3 students placed in the top 20 in the world. We started the Go Green Club, and that has rejuvenated recycling at Dow High School. We excelled in athletics as well, including 9 Saginaw Valley League championships. Chargers earned at least 5 MVPs for the Valley as well. Our fall kicked off with another outstanding golf and tennis season. Golf finished 4th in the state, and tennis was state runner-up. Our girls swimming finished 9th in the state while winning their 12th straight SVL championship. Our boys soccer team won the district and also were put in the state record books in 5 different categories. The Charger football team made the playoffs for the 5th straight year. Our winter season produced successful results as well. Our girls and boys basketball teams both ended up 3rd in the SVL. Our boys swimming team won the SVL for the 16th year in a row and finished 8th in the state. Hockey won a district title. Wrestling had more regional qualifiers in over a decade and sent 2 to states as well. The spring is still going strong. Our number 1 ranked girls tennis is in the state finals starting next week at the Midland Tennis Center. Baseball is an exciting team to watch going into the districts. Track and softball still have meets and games, as well as lacrosse and soccer. I know I said this last year, but I'm going to repeat it again. Throughout the sports seasons, we have seen ups and downs. I think one of the best parts of high school athletics is passion. There are so many lessons to be learned by getting involved. I have seen tears of joy, and I've seen disappointment this year. Through it all, you have been gracious in victory and humble in defeat. Those are qualities all schools would like to see in their athletes. I want to thank you for that. We've also had many successful days such as Senior Project, and we've raised much money for different charities throughout the school year. I am sure there are many items that I am missing, but I'm going to cut my speech a little bit down, and I'm going to give you some words of wisdom as well. As you can see, the class of 2018 has been busy making their mark on Dow High School. This truly has been a year filled with positives. Before we move on, here are my words of wisdom. I enjoyed the National Honor Society induction speaker this year, talking about the 4 pillars of NHS. Academics, character, leadership, and service. All of us should embrace those pillars. Academics is something that all of us will continue. It does not matter what you're doing next, going to college, the military, trade school, or starting a job. You will be learning every day in some way. And I kid you not, I did not read Mrs. Thompson's speech. Keep reading. You will be surprised at how many people just read books for fun. Character you have to work on every day. There is one thing that you have 100% control over, and that is your word. No one can take that from you. Your integrity, honor, and morals are all things that you control. Stick to them, and you will achieve your goals. Leadership is not just a position or title. Thank you, student leadership, for those words. You can be a leader through actions and not ever speak. Leaders make mistakes. The best leaders admit when they do. Reflection is key to good leadership. Learn from experiences and continue to try and get better. Service is a quality, honestly, that I'm hoping your generation is better at than mine. When looking at service clubs, their enrollment is dropping considerably. No, you do not need to be involved in a service club to provide service, but they do provide opportunities. Volunteering is important for many reasons. Giving back to your community should be a requirement. All of us have something to offer. This does not always mean money. Time is a valuable service as well. Please consider doing this even this next year. Start early with your giving and continue to do so when you have children 10, 15 years from now. You will observe, they will observe you and think it is just an expectation for them as well. Keep in touch with your school. We will miss you. We will want to hear about all your successes and help with any way we can to overcome obstacles. Please remember, you are a part of something bigger. You are part of the Charger family. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Mrs. Angela Brandstadt is the current Vice President of the Midland Public Schools Board of Education. Please join me in welcoming her forward to accept the graduation of our class.
Good evening. Tonight I stand here not just as a member of the Board of Education, but I also stand here as one of the hundreds of very incredibly proud parents of a member of the Dow High School class of 2018. Getting a little teary, wasn't until you read that poem about the daughter. But I'll get on because I know you guys don't want to hear me cry. On behalf of the Midland Public Schools Board of Education, it is my pleasure and honor to accept the 48th Herbert Henry Dow High School graduating class, the class of 2018. Congratulations.
At this time, we will begin acknowledging individual graduating seniors. Please hold your applause until after all names have been read so that all names can be heard. Thank you. William Adams. Adam Olick. Chloe Ambis. Jacqueline Anele. Matthew Anderson. Matthew Andreski. Creighton Annalyn. Melanie Bailey. Jonathan Bayrajan. Daniel Baker. Lillian Baker. Maura Bartlett. Kaylee Barton. Hannah Bartos. Alexis Batha. Brittany Bawar. Carter Bean. Chloe Bean. Carrie Beckard. Marissa Bell. Christopher Bellafay. Holly Benham. Anna Blasey. Andrew Booth. Brent Booth. Raymond Brady Jr. Christopher Braley. Sarah Brandstadt. That's a special one right there. Andrew Brandt. Michael Brewer. Garrett Brillhart. Trevor Brock. Jeremy Brookins. Jessica Brooks. Jessica Brown. Jessica Bonnell. Austin Burlew. Trenton Kabala. Hadley Camp. Alexandria Campbell. Leif Carlson. Alexis Karras. Sawyer Cedarstrom. Mackenzie Chapin. Zachary Chichester. Jacob Christensen. Madeline Sifrelak. Jillian Clark. McKenna Clark.
Lexus Coleman. Nicholas Collins. Kayla Coltson. Liam Cooper. Giselle Corbet. Emily Cody. Evan Coughlin. Nathan Crawford. Lydia Crook. Wesley Cummings. Madeline Dowenhauer. Elizabeth Davis. Hannah DeRuyter. Destiny DeBruin. Matthew DeMoval. Anastasia Denton. Jaden Dingman. Duncan Donahue. Alex Doty. Shayna Draves. Margaret Dooley. Matthew Eaton. Sammy Elnashef. Logan Elliott. Adriana Ellis. Julia Ellis. Nicholas Enline. Jacomina Fabiano. Yoop Firket. Callista Files. Dustin Fletcher. Ryan Flint. Lucas Foote. Noah Francie. Noah Frick. Felix Fritton. Julia Fu. Brandon Gallagher. Aaron Galvin Jr. Caitlin Gandy. Brianna Gee. Dakota Glazier. Michael Gossett. Cameron Gould. Rebecca Haynes. Dylan Hare. Blake Hammond. Adam Hancock. Jonathan Harkness. Mitchell Hayes. Elena Hendricks.
Jacob Hieronyma. Robert Hayart. Pierce Haydrick. Shaban Hood. Kyle Hop. John Hopper. Abigail Huffman. Emily Hunt. Taylor Hunter. Alex Yeiter. Sarah Ismail. Hannah Jackson. Jared Javier. Jacob Johnson. Riley Johnson. Alexander Jonas. Madeline Jones. Madeline Jones. Holly Caden. Kenzie Keenan. Ryan Curtu. Annie Kidder. Naoki Quijada. Joseph Kilbride. Ryan Kilmaster. Sean Kinnan. Faith Kenyon. Kyle Kleinhans. Jessica Klein. Elizabeth Clough. Alexander Kuntz. Faye Kolig. Nicholas Konovalenko. Luke Kowalczyk. Andrew Kozerski. Kevin Crafe. Jacob Kazook. Stephanie Kuchek. Catherine Kaczynski. Parker Laffey. Caleb LaFrance. Matthew Lamming. Jacob Lapham.
Yeah!
Casey LaRue. Peyton LeBeau. Jacqueline Lee. David Lenhart. Jillian Liu. Danielle Liakos. Justin Liakos. Isaiah Lamone.
Kelly Livingston. Quinn Lorenz. Hannah Lovelace. Luke Lowry. Diana Mai. Clara Malik. Nihal Mangilla. Leah Martin. Tatum Matthews. Dayton Mavis. Quinn McCaffrey.
Go Quinn!
Natalie McGuire. Kyle McIntyre. Margaret McMahon. Michael McMenamy III. Michael McNamara.
Big Mike.
Caitlin Mead. Andrew Melikar. Amanda Michael. Aditya Midda. Thomas Middleton.
Hey, congrats, Adi.
Caitlin Miller.
Good job, buddy.
Connor Moe. Brandon Muhammad.
Simo swagging on it, baby. Swagging on it.
Alexandra Moore. Pierce Morley. Michael Most. Andrew Murdutt. Zachary Nelson.
Zach.
Ashley Neuenfeld.
Can't believe you made it, Zach.
Madison Newmeyer. Benjamin Newman. Y. Bao Win. Noah Nichols. Helena Nitschke. Matthew Noah.
Good job, Helena.
Adam Nunn. Regan O'Brien. Augustine Odell. Davis Oberdorf. Adrian Okerblum. Thomas Oakley. Micah Olgin. Mercedes Only. Matthew Olson. Adrian Ora. Shane Oskvaric. Grant Ostergaard. Zach Parfenick. Brendan Parrish. Joseph Park.
Gopal Parthasarathi. Jacob Pasick. Matthew Pauley. Alexander Petrowski. Travis Plessner. Elizabeth Panachek. Jacob Pokrivka. Austin Poon. Ethan Poupard. Charlotte Power. Tyler Rabideau. Madeline Reed. Reed Reinecke. Alec Reisig. Taylor Renfro. Maya Rattel. John Reddig. Tyler Ray. Sarah Rodriguez. Bailey Rogers. Bailey Roan. Hannah Rose. Logan Rosenbrock. Sarah Saeed. Jad Safadi. Nolan Saggers. Brendan Sanders. Justin Sanderson. Carson Sass. Kelly Sauve. Nicole Savage. Veronica Savla. Vedika Savla. Emily Schulteis. Brooke Schultz. Madison Schur. Joshua Schweim. Michael Scott. Destiny Sears. Michael Sibley. Joshua Seidel. Anna Samidi. Sydney Shoemaker. Tara Sinclair. Caden Skinner. Jeremy Slazer. Allie Snoddy. Haley Snyder. Jackson Soul. Madison Soul. Savannah Speaker.
Crystal Stark. Hannah Stevens. Athena Syed. Lucas Takamori Berganza. Jonathan Talbot. Mark Tuff II. Devin Tenbarge. Caroline Toyerkolth. Jacob Thomas. Abigail Tamiko. September Marie Tonk. Kennedy Torres. Lindsay Tron. Jaden Trejo. Allison Trotterwright. Damian Turowski. Silvana Uribe Lazardo. Wolfgang Velazamargo. Christina Vanderkellen. Riley Voss. Claire Walker. Martha Wall. Natalie Walters. David Wang. Chia N. Wang. Brittany Watkins. Ellie Webb. Jarrett Ware. Aaron Weldy. Sierra Westergaard. Alexis Whiteman. Maya Willards. Samuel Winstead. Colin Witt. Casey Wood. Joseph Wood. Terry Woodcock II. Nicholas Ray. Nicholas Risley. Dashwan Yan. Abraham Yum. Jared Zahn. Benjamin Zeitler. Daniel Zhang. Edward Zong. Brandon Zhu.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
My fellow classmates, class of 2018, graduates, please rise. At this time, to mark the formal transition from student to graduate, I am honored to have you join me in moving your tassel from right to left. Congratulations, class of 2018. I wish you all the best. Senior Dow High chamber singers, you are now released to join all the other chamber singers. At this time, I would like you to ask all Dow High School alumni in the audience to please rise and join the graduates of the class of 2018 in singing of our alma mater, performed by the Dow High Chamber Singers. You may reference the lyrics of our alma mater found in the back of your commencement program.
Today we sing our alma mater of the school that gave us memories of the years of life we spent together.
My fellow graduates, in closing this ceremony, I would like to congratulate each and every one of you on this remarkable achievement. We've finally done it. After 4 years of arduous yet rewarding work, we can finally say that we have completed this journey together. With this being said, I encourage each and every one of you, if you have not yet, to thank your family members, teachers, mentors, and coaches for their guidance and assistance. I know I speak for many of us in saying that without these people, crossing the finish line and receiving our diplomas wouldn't have been possible. Furthermore, I challenge each and every one of you to use what you've learned within the halls of Dow High and do great things wherever life may take you. Lastly, I'd like to thank everyone in attendance for coming. Please drive safely and enjoy the rest of your evening.
One day when I came home at lunchtime, I heard a funny noise. Went out to the backyard to find out if we was one of those rowdy boys. Stood there with my neighbor, called Peter, in a flux capacitor. He told me he built a time machine like one in a film I've seen. Yeah.
Together, to dream together, to visualize together, and to implement things that are good for the quality of life in our community.
They benefit from the standpoint of working with the youth in the community, and to me that's a really critical resource. I've worked with tons of, I'd say over 250 students came through my class and worked with MCTV over the course of those 14 years, and I know MCTV has touched the lives of other students beyond the classroom too, both by students who just found MCTV on their own, and the summer camps and the vacation camps that you've sponsored. It's a great learning experience. It builds so many different kinds of personal skills for the students and lets them check their creativity out, and becomes a lifelong skill, not just for the people who go into the field, which we've had students do, but also for any number of kids who just grew up to be great community-minded adults.
MCTV gives you a chance to expand your horizons in terms of what you can express, that the rest of the community can benefit from witnessing it, and it gives you a chance to enrich others through your enrichment. I think that's really important. Whether you're an artist, whether you're a musician, whether you have a passion for political ideas or spiritual ideas, MCTV gives a voice to that, an opportunity for your voice to be heard.
Well, I think the major benefit for, besides the entertainment value, because we've got a lot of different kinds of entertainment people can do, and it's very creative, I think the main thing is for nonprofit organizations to get the word out about services that they offer to the community, and things that they do for their clients in different ways. And I've done several different shows in that vein. I did a Big Brothers Big Sisters show. I did a Recycle This about recycling when we got curbside recycling started in Michigan, in Midland. And then I did a Huntington's disease update for several years about the scientific research and other things that went on with people who have Huntington's disease. So there are many different facets, I think, of information and that you can get out to the public, and that's a big help to the community.
Well, I can only imagine the benefit to the community is through what you hear on the streets as far as did you see, or there was information that I didn't know about. It would be Midland County Cancer Services, or the police department, or city hall meetings, commission meetings, and so it's the news of the community on television. Midland only has one television station. MCTV is the station for Midland.
Your local public access facility gives you the opportunity to engage your community with your own television show. The content on our Community Voices channel ranges from talk shows, variety hours, and nonprofit informational specials. With the power of video continuing to gain steam, there's no better facility to produce your own content. Check out the City of Midland website or give us a call for more information. The sooner you do, the sooner you can make your own show.
Your organization serves a vital role in the Midland community. MCTV can help you communicate your message and information about your group or organization using the video service MCTV provides. Call 837-3474 or go to the City of Midland website at cityofmidland.gov/MCTV for more information. Come share your story through MCTV. When you take the studio portion of our workshop, you will learn to control sound with an audio mixer, create graphics for a show, learn how to run a high-def studio camera, and learn how to be a director. To learn more, come down to MCTV or give us a call.